Hello and welcome to HawkTalk. It's my Hawk's Geek Culture podcast where we talk about geek stuff, nerdy stuff, and all sorts of awesome. My name is Danny Shepard, and joining me, as always, is my lovable band of goons, starting with Noel Shefflin.
What's poppin', y'all? Let us get it. Who it is. I am me.
Jeremy Lee.
That. Young.
And Angela DeMonico at Lady Doombots herself.
Sigh, Nakina Dodi Chody.
You know, it's really funny because I was thinking about this the other day, and before we start the show, I was thinking about it the other day that if somebody has never heard our podcast, if they just have tuned in for the very first time, this is the first thing that they hear.
Yeah.
They hear you say, "What's good? Let's get it poppin', y'all. Who it is, I am me. Who it is, I am me." And it's just like,
Who says that? Sorry.
and then this girl saying "Sina kinda doty
It's complete
chody."
gibberish.
Yeah.
Or is it gibberish?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah.
Will we? Because I don't think we will.
We will. There is an origin.
Yes.
We
there-
just have not explained it.
There is an origin story, and it
Yes.
is on the internet.
It is on the
anyone
internet.
could actually find it if they really wanted
Yes.
to.
It actually
but-
has been viewed millions of times.
Yeah, it absolutely. I'm surprised that no one has caught on yet as to what it is.
There's
Yeah.
been people in the comments who know what you're talking about.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
One day I'll change it, but for right now, Sina kind of do.
One day we'll actually tell you or show you where it's from.
If you guys like the show, if you like us, if you don't like us, but you like our content, and you want to see us make more, be sure to check out our Patreon. If you got a couple extra bucks to spend and you want to help support us, help support all the free content that we put out for you guys, feel free to check it out. We got some dope stuff on there. We're posting up previews for our new videos and whatnot.
Yeah.
And guess what, guys? Got a fun surprise for you. That's right. First episode of the vlogs is dropping on when? Thursday.
Thursday?
Mic
this
drop.
Thursday?
Double mic
This
drop.
Thursday.
Oh my god!
That's my favorite day.
That's like after Wednesday.
Oh my god!
Yes, so you don't have to donate to Patreon to see that. It'll be uploaded to the main channel, and yeah, please check it out. And
Let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think. Let us know what kind of vlogs you guys would like to see moving forward, because I think it'll give you guys a nice little peek behind the veil
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
what actually goes on behind the scenes at Ismahawk. So
Yeah.
on that note, oh yeah, we also have a merch store. Check that out. We got some shirts coming up. I'm working on a new shirt that's going to be super dope. Can't wait to share it with you guys. But until then, check out some of our classic logos. And yeah, if you're a Patreon backer, there's a discount code that should be going up pretty soon here for you guys. $5 off. And let's talk about
Sex, baby.
you and me.
What?
No?
Wait, this is not what I signed up for. Wait, hold on. It's not that kind of podcast.
Or
True.
is it?
So today we're reviewing the amazing regular Spider-Man Homecoming.
What?
Spoderman Homecoming.
Spooderman.
Spooderman.
Good old Spooderman.
So have you guys heard about this movie? It's about some new type of character named Spider-Man.
It's like the Breakfast Club or something. I heard. I
Half
don't
man.
know, like it's some '80s thing.
half man,
I
half
don't know.
spider, half vlogger. I don't know.
half vlogger.
Vlogger. I
Bull.
can see the vlogger. That totally makes sense.
half Mr. Worldwide.
Oh, wow.
Mr. 305. Mr. Worldwide. Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Yes.
Spider-Man. We are talking about Spider-Man.
Yes, we are.
So
Dude.
we are reviewing Spider-Man Homecoming for you guys for the majority of the show. We might answer some questions from Patreon later on. So let's talk about Spider-Man.
Yes.
Dude, it's so awesome.
Oh, I loved it so much. I loved
It's
it.
a nice change of pace and a nice lighthearted, fun movie in an age of just everything being dark and gritty
Yeah.
and heavy.
The opening credits set up the exact kind of movie it is. And that, like, the fact that the opening credits were drawn and it was of drawings of the Avengers, like, that just showed how much more grounded we are with this character.
Yeah.
And I loved that, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
it was really
his
touching.
point of view where he's like, "Oh, the Avengers? Am I part of the team?"
Oh, like the whole first half of the movie, it's just him like desperately trying
Yeah.
to be a
It's like,
superhero.
"Hey,
He's like,
I'm ready for my next big mission."
Yeah. like,
so cute.
Oh, like him he was just trying to meddle.
Spoiler
into things.
alert! This is a spoiler review.
Sorry.
Obviously.
Sorry, yes,
My
yes.
bad.
Spoiler
Yes.
review, yes. Yeah, but I loved how he was trying to like just get into situations where he thought he could be of help, but really he just like caused more trouble by
Yep.
like interfering. I was like, Peter, what are you
Peter,
doing?
you're just trying.
I liked that the beginning was like I liked the timeline of this movie a lot, like where it was in the timeline. I really, really dug that. I thought that was cool as hell. Like that was my favorite
So,
aspect of the movie.
One thing
Yeah.
that was a little confusing at first for me, at the beginning of the movie with Michael Keaton's character Vulture, when we first see him, it was the incident in New York where the aliens, the Chitauri.
Yeah, it's like right after.
So it's right after that event, but then it skips 8 years later to current day. That wasn't 8 years though. It should be 4.
Yeah, it should
Oh,
be
that's a
4.
good
That's why.
point.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
confused too. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
So when does the Avengers take place? Like, did the Avengers not take place when the movie was made?
No, that's how the Marvel Cinematic Universe is laid out. The movie comes out, or the movie is set in the time that around the year that it comes out. So Avengers, the incident took place in 2012.
12 or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I actually didn't catch that till you just said something.
So
like,
if-
that is inconsistent.
So if Civil War came out, or when did Civil War come out? 2016?
Yes.
I think it was 2016.
16? Yeah, 16. So that should be 12 to 16, 4 years later. 5. When did it jump to? I forgot. Where?
It took place. I know the new Avengers facility was up, so it was at least after Age of Ultron,
Yeah, definitely
Yes.
after
and
that.
it had to have been after Civil War because you
talk
see
about-
that. You literally
Yeah,
see
you-
his perspective
yeah,
of Civil War.
Exactly. Yeah, the whole fight with Ant-Man and all that. And Cap.
So everything that happens in Spider-Man Homecoming took place after Civil War.
yes.
So if Civil War came out 16, it should jump to 6 years ahead? No.
Huh. So
4.
4.
5 movies take place. So I just looked up. Polygon did an article of it, or for this, excuse me, and it says the title of the article is "Spider-Man: Homecoming Screws Up the Marvel Cinematic Universe Timeline." Nice.
Well, there you go.
So I guess they're saying, oh gosh, this timeline is actually a bit confusing, guys. So I know Guardians of the Galaxy takes place in like super weird timelines compared to
I
everything
don't even
else.
know. It's its
Time
own.
is so relative for them.
Yeah, it is
yeah,
its own
honestly,
super
thing.
relative.
It's
It
its
could
own.
happen all after this entire cinematic universe, and I could totally accept
Yeah.
that as a thing.
Yeah, it could just be like a one-off for all we know, or this is just happening like
They're
whenever.
actually traveling back in time.
So this means that Spider-Man: Homecoming is set in 2020.
Whoa.
That's 3 years from now, and more importantly, introduces Homecoming as a film that takes place after the events of Avengers: Infinity War. No way. What?
Yeah, wait. That sounds.
That sounds incredibly confusing.
That's a little. Then what is Tony doing?
He's not. That's not right.
Like, yeah, that doesn't make
seem
sense, 'cause-
right.
And no, like moving day with Spider-Man: Homecoming had to have been somebody in the comments. If you
Yeah,
if
please
you know
correct
this,
us.
like,
Please correct us. We're clearly
like,
confused.
was it just an oversight from the studio, or is it meant to be 8 years later?
it says right here that they definitely retconned some of the time, like the timeline. But the thing is
why?
wait, but they're moving to the new facility. Okay, so Spider-Man: Homecoming takes place after Civil War, obviously.
Yeah, it's like supposed to
Yes.
be literally right after.
When did they move everything from Avengers Tower over to the new Avengers facility?
That was Age of Ultron.
Okay, but the Avengers facility was set up after Age of Ultron, right?
The
And it
new
was
Avengers-
already
Yeah.
and it was already there for Civil War.
Yeah. So why
Yeah.
would they need to move everything from Avengers Tower to the new location? Or did they make upgrade? Oh no, they made upgrades to that facility, to the upstate New York facility. These timelines are so
Yeah,
confusing.
I'm just sitting here
Ryan
getting
Reynolds, you
progressively
called
more
it.
confused. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I am
don't
more
know.
confused about the timeline than when I sat down.
yeah, I know. Same. Yeah, the more you guys are explaining, the more I'm just like, what?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
I didn't even catch any of this. Like, I thought it was literally just a few days. I thought this was just the days following Civil War. is the
Yeah,
way
that's what I
felt.
assumed,
yeah,
too.
That's why I didn't.
So
really
I
think
just kind of
anything
blocked
it.
that 8 years later thing out of my head.
Yeah,
I just
same.
assumed it was after Civil War.
Yeah.
Like recently after.
That is so weird. How did Marvel do that? Like, is this purposeful? Because how could they make how could a team of so many people make
Yeah.
that
With such
a
attention to
big-
detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is such a big thing to
Unless
mess up
we
on.
don't know something that they know right now, leading up to
That's
Infinity
true
War.
because the movies that come out before Infinity War are Black Panther and Thor.
Mm-hmm.
Thor takes place elsewhere in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
So that timeline doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
Black Panther, I haven't seen the trailer, but from what I'm gathering, from what I'm hoping that Black Panther is going to be about, it's just going to take place in Wakanda. We're not even going to see the rest of the world. And if we do, we're not going to the rest of the world. We might just hear about it or see it TV or something like that in Wakanda. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
wonder.
Yeah, that's super dope. That's
won-
that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
So
that's
I-
pretty cool.
I haven't seen the trailers either, so I'm just as lost as you are. And
Yeah.
I'm just like,
So
I imagine. Well, are you talking about the whole entire movie taking place in Wakanda, or just spending majority of its time in Wakanda?
I suppose the majority of its time.
Okay,
But what
because
I'm saying
already
is,
the first trailer, you already see different locations.
oh, you do?
Oh, do you outside
Okay.
of Wakanda?
Yeah,
I haven't seen the trailer either.
specifically
Yeah.
back in where the Avengers are.
In upstate New York, the new Avengers?
Pretty
Okay,
sure.
so
or somewhere in New York, or somewhere on the East Coast.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Very
I'm gonna
confusing.
read this article as soon as we finish.
So does that mean all the movies that are gonna come out soon, or at least before Infinity War, takes place in the year it comes out?
No, probably not.
yeah, that would
Probably
seem,
not, because I don't think it's really ever been like that.
they're losing a lot of time if they do that, it seems, too. I don't know.
I can't wait to see them recut the Marvel Cinematic Universe into one cohesive, story. You know what I mean?
Like a series.
Well, yeah. There's already in existence. I think they cut together the first season of Agents of Shield mixed with the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, and I can't.
cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
that
wait
is
to
cool.
see them do that with all the
With Phase
new.
2.
Dude,
Yeah.
I imagine after this phase is done, they're gonna release a limited edition compendium or whatever.
Oh my
kind of like the one
God.
for Legend
Yeah.
of Zelda,
Yeah.
Oh, that'd
where it
be
shows
so
all
neat.
the
That'd be neat.
everything in chronological order.
That'd be hella
Yeah.
I would
that
love,
would be
love
neat.
to see it cut in chronological. I would love to watch that movie.
Oh my God.
That
It's
would be
Like
cool.
a 20-hour movie.
Yeah,
Totally.
right. Yeah, just your whole day you
Yeah,
are
let's
just
do
doing
it.
that.
Yeah.
You wake up and then 24 hours later you are done.
You're basically just compiling years and years of work into just
That is
one
crazy.
piece.
It's it would almost be like you can edit a Game of Thrones style show with the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's over
Yeah.
a decade.
Oh God.
Over a decade.
I wonder if you'd see the actors changing.
yeah.
Oh
like
yeah,
their skin, how they age and things like that.
Robert
like their
Downey
hair.
Jr. already looks older now than when he
Yeah,
started.
He does. He looks a lot
Because
older.
it was 2008 when they started. Anyway,
God,
let's
it's
talk about
almost 10
Spider-Man. We
years
went down the
ago.
rabbit
Yeah.
hole
Oh, yeah.
for a second.
Yeah, sorry guys. Back
Dude,
to Spider-Man.
is so cool.
It was so good.
Chances are, if you're listening to this, you've already seen Spider-Man. So
Yeah. And
Please
if you
don't hate us
haven't-
for spoilers.
what?
come on, go see it.
What was What was your favorite part, Jeremy?
Oh,
My favorite part? Oh my god, I don't know. When he was he took the training wheels protocol off and he was just learning the new suit. That part was dope.
That was
Yeah,
hella
that
cool.
Just
was
him
really
trying
funny.
to figure himself out.
Yeah.
yeah.
Every time it was activating instant kill.
It's like, no,
It's like, no,
instant kill.
No.
activating instant kill.
I love how she was like, you have 50 different types of web. How do you not know how to use them? Do you need a review? No, I don't need a review right now.
Wait, was it 50? It was 150.
Yeah,
was a
it
lot,
was
yeah.
probably
It was
way
a
more
lot.
than that.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was super dope.
Yeah. What was your favorite part?
I think I love pretty much any part that with Peter in it specifically, but I think the part that had me laughing the hardest was the interrogation part with Childish Gambino. Oh my God, I was like,
That was
I was watching
hilarious.
that and I was like, that'd be me if I was a superhero, definitely.
That part was pretty silly.
Trying to be all intimidating, but I love
Yeah.
how he felt bad that he sealed his trunk. He's
Yeah.
like, I got ice cream in here. He's like, well, you're a criminal, so you probably deserve it. So it's your punishment. Just kind of left
Yeah.
awkwardly.
No, get back here. Fix this.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you deserve this.
I love how insecure he was about responding to Donald Glover's character about that. He was just like, what about, come on, man, I got ice cream. And He's
Yeah.
like, no,
He was so
you're a criminal.
conflicted.
Nope, you deserve that.
Yeah,
It's just
you could tell he was so conflicted. I want to help you because I know that was
Yeah.
my fault, but you're also a bad guy, so I'm just gonna leave it.
I'm trying to be intimidating.
Yeah,
You really got to get better at this part of the job. Also, I actually didn't realize this until I read it. Donald Glover's character is Miles Morales' uncle.
Yeah, which is so cool. So
What?
dope.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, when he refers to his, I've got a little nephew out here. I don't want those kind of weapons around.
Yeah.
His little nephew is Miles.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Isn't that dope?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Does that mean he's gonna be in the universe?
Yeah.
I would hope
I
so.
certainly hope
yeah.
so.
Is he gonna get screen time?
Maybe. I don't
he's so
know.
cool.
I feel like we're going to see three Spider-Man films.
Okay.
So 2 more plus Spider-Man, all the Avengers. And then after that, because think about it, like after that, Tom Holland will probably be in his early 20s, right? He'll probably be in his 20s. And that would be a time where we're introducing you have an experienced Spider-Man. We grew up, we saw this Spider-Man grow up. And now it would be appropriate to introduce Miles Morales into the
Definitely.
universe.
Yeah. God, that'd be so cool.
What was your favorite part, Noel?
My favorite part was easily the part where he was trapped in that like hangar, and he was just trying to kill time, and he's like, "How much time has
damaged
passed
control.
by?" And he's like, 37. He's like, "What? 37 minutes?"
Yeah.
I can't do this.
I can't do this. I need to get out of here.
That was hands down my favorite part.
That was
So
awesome.
good.
Like he was just connecting with Karen.
Yeah.
And I like
Yeah.
how he gave her a name.
Yeah, getting to
Karen.
know his suit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you Liz. Nope, that's weird.
Nope, that's strange.
I love how she was like giving him like relationship advice.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like telling her about
Chance,
Liz,
Peter.
and she's like, "You should tell her how you feel." He's like, "It's not that easy, Karen. I can't just do that. Like, just tell her."
I thought that was so sweet.
Yeah, wow. It's
like
AI in the suit. It's telling him.
Kiss her,
That was
Peter.
really cute.
Now's your chance. I was just like,
So,
no, don't do that.
Yeah, like
That's
the
a
worst time.
terrible
Just
idea.
kiss her.
I like that throwback though. Like
Yeah,
he was
me
hanging
too.
upside down.
Yeah, that
part?
was cute.
Dude,
I know Spider-Man's one of your favorite heroes, your favorite
Yes.
comic book characters.
and this was like the most truthful interpretation
Definitely.
I have.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh, that was the best part about it.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I was super worried. I was super worried about this movie because I am a big Spider-Man fan, and I was thinking like, I am fatigued off of Spider-Man because I feel like it's just been kind of the same old thing.
Yeah.
But this one just, everything about it was just so Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So
Felt super
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
The part that I thought was the most awesome was when he was filming the vlog at the beginning
Yeah.
of
Oh,
the movie.
that was so cute.
And you see basically watch Civil War from
From his
the
perspective.
perspective of his phone. He's just like, okay, cool, we're going to this hotel room.
Yeah.
He's like, where are we gonna go? And he opens up the door. He's like, this is my hotel room. He's like, I thought this was a closet.
I love when Happy's like, "Hey, come over here. Your costume's in this part of them." He's like, "Whoa, this is still my room." Like, holy crap. Like going to the other part of the suite. Like,
Dude,
what?
what? Can we just talk about how that relationship between him and Happy is so hilarious
So
Yeah,
funny.
it
and
was adorable.
heartwarming?
One thing I thought was kind of funny was that like that whole opening part, like he was shooting it from like what looked to be like a smartphone, right? Why did it look like some like shitty camcorder footage? Like
No, it was
it was a smartphone he was filming it
what
from.
year did Civil War take place?
Yeah, like the video quality, even for like the crappiest smartphone on the market nowadays, wouldn't even look like that. So I was like,
Oh no,
okay.
it can definitely look like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, but that was full screen. It wasn't
yeah,
even
it
wide.
wasn't.
It
Yeah.
wasn't even shooting
it
in
just
wide.
looked- it, like,
It could be a point and shoot.
Yeah, I thought
or
he had a
maybe he doesn't know
camera.
how to use the settings.
maybe.
But he
Probably.
is super smart.
Yeah, I don't know about that
Yeah.
He's
one.
a photographer. I mean, maybe not in this canon, but Peter Parker is a photographer.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I think it would have made sense if they just had him like when it showed his reflection, he had like a camcorder, like a crappy kind of looking camcorder. That would have been like, oh, okay, like that makes sense that the footage looks like that, like he's using a video camera. But it was like a smartphone. I was like, that's not how a smartphone. Whatever.
So one of the things I noticed last night was there was a couple of things specifically missing about Peter Parker and Spider-Man in this. Being a photographer,
Yeah.
Yep.
J. Jonah Jameson, like that entire like world of his life, part of his life.
I imagine it's gonna come.
Yeah, I was thinking that he's just not there yet. Like he's going to eventually, because he's still in high school,
Yeah.
he's a sophomore. So I think they're probably just gonna make him like progress into that
Yeah.
as he gets older. Probably like when he graduates, maybe. Like that might be.
His spider sense.
Yeah.
I noticed that immediately.
Yeah.
Spider sense
Yeah,
was,
I noticed that.
I
No,
don't
yeah.
remember anything where his spider
No,
sense was.
because
No, there was
I remember
nothing.
specifically throughout the entire movie, I was like, when is he gonna kick in his spider sense? I want to see that. How
Yeah.
they do it, but they didn't.
Yeah,
But
that's-
imagine he's still just growing and discovering a lot of things. Like he literally just got his suit.
yeah.
Do you think that was the Iron Spider-Man suit?
Dude.
I absolutely
yeah, it
think
had to
so.
have been. It had to
During the
have
movie, I
been.
was like,
yeah, we were
they
both just like,
Spider, they did it. I cannot believe they did it.
Dude,
It
so
was so cool.
I was sitting like off to the side because I got my ticket late, so I was like all the way at the edge. But then when that suit came up, I sat up and was like, I almost grabbed the other side, but I don't know you, dude. Sorry. I was like, oh.
It's a complete stranger, like, oh
Yeah.
God.
No, but he got excited too because he sat up, was like, oh shit. He was looking
dude.
around, and I was kind of looking, hey, yeah, right?
That's
Yes,
awesome.
dude.
I was watching with my sister. She was right next to me. She's a big Spider-Man fan. And as soon as like the door opened, her and I were like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, what?
Dude, that
Yeah,
is
that's
a
crazy.
clean suit.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was the dopest Spider-Man suit I've seen so
Yes.
far. I was like,
Yes.
what
Oh.
is
Dude,
this?
they
Dude.
pulled out all the stops.
It was like too good to be true. Like the minute
Right?
they showed
Yeah.
it like that, like I almost knew he was gonna turn it down. 'Cause I was like, it's too
Same.
cool. It's too
Yeah.
cool. Like he's not. No.
Actually, now that you talk about this taking place around the time of Infinity War, that scene could make a little more sense. Because the movies that take place before Infinity War are Thor and Black Panther. And then Infinity War comes out in mid 2018. And then the alleged part 2 of Infinity War comes out 1 year later. So I feel like that makes a little more sense. Because that looks like a very high-tech suit. He would not just
Yeah.
give the neighborhood Spider-Man that high-tech suit for no reason.
True.
So maybe that high-tech suit is his fight off Thanos and the
Chitauri.
Infinity
Yeah.
War monster, whatever, alien people.
Yeah, I figured that was more like them planting the seed. Like I knew he wouldn't wear it in this movie, but I knew they were kind of like hinting at it. Like, hey guys, he's
Yeah.
gonna wear this later. Just
Oh my
wait.
god, that
Like,
suit
yeah.
is so cool.
So let me throw something at you guys for a second, okay? Because this
Alright.
is what immediately entered my brain when I saw that suit. I noticed the spider. Obviously, it looks very much like the Iron Spider, but it also looks a little bit more angular. And I was thinking, okay, so when Spider-Man gets the black suit, the symbiote suit, originally during the Secret Wars arc, right?
Yeah.
What if the Infinity War film, he's wearing that suit, and that's when the symbiote gets on that suit? And that's why the spider is big. Because, like, the spider's never been big.
Yeah.
Every time we've seen the symbiote in live action, which is once.
Yeah, every time.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
The spider
100%.
was small. It looked very much like his normal costume. But if the symbiote grabbed hold of this version of the costume, then possibly fill in that spider as a giant white spider. Now we have a black suit that looks really techy and has a big white spider in the middle.
That could be sick.
Pretty dope.
That might
Is it
be
my
just my
boy?
fanboyism, just like, please,
Yeah,
please.
please give me.
It
give
could
me
happen,
my
dude. Dude, did
boy.
you see? Do you know who Michael Keaton was talking to in that post-credit scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scorpion.
Scorpion.
Right?
Hell yeah. They are
So
definitely building the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super dope. I want Carnage so bad.
They already confirmed Carnage to be in the Venom movie.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
What-
I'm so excited for that
See,
movie.
this is what I was I was thinking, like, again, to piggyback off my black suit theory, is if Venom is in the same universe, which I think they said it wasn't, but it could
I
be.
think it's going to be in the same universe.
I think
And-
after this success,
Yeah.
they'd be stupid not to.
even if Venom isn't in an Avengers movie, Spider-Man can still be in that movie because
Yeah.
it's owned by Sony. So like they could cross
Oh.
over.
So Tom
neat.
Holland's Spider-Man is gonna be in the Venom movie.
Nothing
Wow.
confirmed that, but I think he will be, or
That
at
would be
least
dope.
acknowledged.
See, we were just talking about this last night because I didn't know if, like, because it's two different studios doing it, if they would have to, like, act like the other one doesn't exist. But
don't
if they
think
can,
so.
like, play off of each other like that,
I mean, if Sony is
especially-
petty,
which they might be. I mean, you never know.
They don't need to show Iron Man or Captain America or anything like that in the Venom film. It could be
Just
Just
like the
Spider-Man.
Netflix shows where they just mention something that happened, the incident, whatever, mention that stuff, but you don't need to see anything. Nobody,
Yeah.
like, all the cameos and stuff were great, but we didn't need it in Spider-Man Homecoming. The movie was good enough to stand on its own.
Dude,
Yeah,
the Captain
oh,
America
the
cameos.
yeah, the Captain, the detention
good.
one was my favorite. Where
Yeah.
he just flips the chair around backwards and just sits in it. So you're in detention. I was just like, oh my god,
So good.
I'm pretty sure that guy's a war criminal now.
It's like, I'm pretty sure this guy's a war criminal now, but whatever.
Oh,
Whatever,
it's
I'll
so
still play
great.
Yeah.
So he's trying to talk to them about puberty and stuff. Like, your body's changing, and that can be weird. Believe me, I know.
And then his post-credit scene.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
good.
god, it was
Patience.
the best. The best. I love Cap.
Oh, that's
Good
incredible.
old Cap.
I was so happy with that cameo, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my favorite cameos in all of the MCU so far. Like,
Yeah,
that
for
was
sure.
really good.
Probably, yeah.
So, speaking of cameos, how did you guys feel about the integration of Tony Stark in this
Oh
film?
my god, I loved it so much. I loved like his relationship with Peter. Like, he was like that like father that like doesn't really want to be your father, but just kind of wants to like discipline you and like kind of point you in the right direction. But the minute you want affection, he's like, no. Like when he was like opening the door for him, he's like, I'm not hugging you. I'm just opening the door.
Yeah.
Bye. Like,
We're not
don't-
there yet.
Yeah,
One of
we're
my
not there yet. Like,
Favorite moments, absolute favorite moments. It's the phone call just before the ferry attack, where Tony called him
Oh.
on the suit and was like, "Hey, I'm trying to do this. Like, I'm
Yeah.
trying to be better than what my dad was." And that moment was, first of all, so Batman. It felt like,
Yeah.
oh
but
yeah.
it shows what kind of character Tony is and what he's trying to be, and that warms my
That
heart.
was actually
Yeah.
a really good character
yeah.
moment.
And
for
then my
Tony
heart
Stark.
was just like, no.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, don't fuck this up.
Don't be
Yeah,
stupid.
he was
Don't be
trying.
stupid right now.
For once, Tony was trying to not be an asshole. So
Yeah.
he was like actually making an effort to be like the one to be kind
Yeah.
first.
Though,
that part when he's like, "You're not even here," and then he steps out of the suit and he's like, "Oh, okay." You're
Oh.
here."
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
even though everything that happened in this movie, everything was his fault. Everything
Peter
was Tony's
Parker's?
fault. Tony's.
Tony's fault.
I
Oh,
mean,
Tony
yeah.
just communicated with Peter and told him what he was doing. None of that shit would have happened.
yeah. No, I.
They
don't-
would have busted the Vulture, and everything would have been fine. Granted,
Yeah.
like Peter wouldn't have learned a valuable lesson, and
The movie
you
wouldn't
know,
have
I
been as
think-
exciting.
yeah.
no, not at all. I'm just saying, like Tony is
I feel
is
like,
responsible.
yes, he is responsible, but I think he knew what was gonna. I feel like Tony already knew what was gonna happen. He just
Yeah.
needed to let Peter learn.
I don't think he knew.
I think Peter needed it too, because like Peter needed to understand that like he wasn't just the suit. Like he needed to find out that he is Spider-Man within himself, and the suit is not what makes him Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying that at all. I agree 100%.
No,
I'm
I
merely
think
saying the
act-
sequence of events.
Actually, I think Tony knew that Peter was gonna get in some trouble, and he had to learn his lesson the hard way. But I don't think he knew that the trouble that he was gonna get in involved Chitarian tech.
Yeah.
And how dire it was gonna be. Otherwise, you would have talked
Yeah,
to
because
him.
he knew
If
he
he would've
knows what
stepped
kind of
in,
kid
yeah.
Peter is.
Yeah, exactly.
He sees
'Cause
himself in him.
specifically after the ferry incident, and they're on top of the building and they're talking. That was when Tony realized, oh shit, I probably should have, reined it back in a little more and
Yeah.
a little more like oversight on this,
Yeah.
rather than just tossing him into the deep end of the pool and be like, hey, swim.
Yeah, true.
I'm just saying that what happened, that the events of the film, like all the bad stuff, was related to Tony Stark in some
yeah.
capacity.
That's pretty standard.
I mean,
that
yeah,
happens a
and
lot.
Think about
Tony
it.
does that.
If Tony Stark hadn't sent the cleaning crew in, then Vulture wouldn't have even happened.
Yeah.
He would have just gotten paid, gone home to his family, and been fine.
Yeah, everyone
and
would've been happy.
so Tony initially started. That was the inciting incident, right?
Damn it, Tony.
So that was number one, and it kind of snowballs from
I don't
there.
know about that because Vulture, Michael Keaton's character, he would have gone that direction no matter what. I think because him and his crew was in charge of hauling out and cleaning up alien tech. No government in the right mind would let just civilians do that job. So someone was going to step in, whether it was Tony or the U.S. government or S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever,
Totally. I'm not. Again, I'm not
yeah.
arguing that, but I'm just saying that Tony.
In
It's
this
Tony's.
instance, yeah.
Tony's crew.
Tony was the catalyst.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't Shield. It wasn't the U.S. government. It was Tony Stark's people.
Yeah.
the division owned by Tony Stark. You know what I mean? It's like
No, that makes sense.
he's somehow related to every event that kind of occurred.
Yeah.
Though,
How how did you feel about the Shockers, by the way? Because I know you weren't a big fan of that
Oh.
character to begin with. Like, did you enjoy that they?
Yeah, I loved it. I love
Okay.
that they were. I love that they were incorporated. I love the way they did it. I'm sad they ditched the mask.
Yeah.
I was
They
sad
had them.
The
There's
whole costume they did. He had like the guy in the beginning had the sleeves, like the padded sleeve and everything. I was like, oh, shocker! And then I thought that like when that guy died, that they were gonna just make the other guy the shocker, and give him like the full costume.
Logan
but,
Marshall Green's
yeah,
character.
so I was like, oh,
Hella Prometheus.
Yeah, hella Prometheus.
what happened.
Budget Michael Fassbender.
budget Tom Hardy.
Oh yeah.
Budget Tom Hardy. That's
Ouch.
fucked up.
Not wrong.
No.
I love that guy, Logan Marshall Green. But
Oh
continue.
yeah, he's cool.
You guys can probably actually look it up. There's a set photo that someone took where you see Shocker with his mask on.
Yeah.
So I was actually waiting the whole movie to see him with his mask on.
Yeah.
And
Must
then
be a deleted scene.
yeah.
I know, yeah.
I don't
that's
know what
we're
happened,
hoping.
but I loved his inclusion. I thought he was a great supporting villain, and I like it when they do that. Cause what's his name? The dude from Orange Is the New Black, he was the guy in the chair for the Vulture.
The dude from Orange Is the New Black.
Yeah, the guy from Orange Is the New Black. He was.
We had the teacher from Orange Is the New Black. We had what's her
yeah,
name?
she was in there too.
Yeah, I
You know,
forget
he
her
was-
name.
I actually never watched Orange Is the New Black.
Oh man, you would love. I think you would like that show a lot, Noel.
That's
You
what I
do,
hear.
Jer.
The guy who kept on saying high altitude. I gotta make the high altitude.
Oh,
thing.
that guy.
That guy. That guy.
right.
He's a character as well. I forget his name, but he's a character as well.
Gotcha.
And
He was hella in Men in Black 3.
yeah.
Ha! That's right. I was like trying to pinpoint where I saw him before.
I haven't seen that.
What?
Dude, the way Shocker's fist was really cool.
That shit was
Yeah.
dope, dude.
See, dude.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was actually gonna go off topics. Finish that, and then I'll say my point.
Oh yeah. So I love this Spider-Man movie because it feels modern, but not outdated.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna go out of style. Spider-Man 2 is a great fucking movie, but
Yes.
watching it now, it looks dated-ish. Just because over time, filmmaking techniques evolve and change. And I feel like one of the worst periods of time for movie and film cinematography was early 2000s.
Like from 99, not even 99, like 2000 to like 2004 and 5.
All the
I'd say
sets
to
look
even-
like sets.
Even up until like 2006, I'd say. Like,
Yeah.
when did Scream come out? 99?
that was like
99 or
yeah,
98.
super late 90s.
Yeah,
I think.
so I think starting with Scream, it started with Clueless, and then movies started looking like that more and more, where everything looks super lit and the set looks like a set, and it feels like there's wire rigs everywhere.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the way that the lighting is, it's just like harsh movie lighting.
Yeah.
They just turn on a light and blast in
Definitely.
the face.
Yeah.
Like Legally Blonde looks like that. Scream looked like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
All of the Scream movies. Like just the early 2000s just looks like that. And Spider-Man 2 was one of those movies. It just looks like that.
It
Even though
really
it's
did.
still a great structure and great story, watching this movie, it was everything that you could ever want. Plus the visual effects, like top notch, as best as it could have been made, I think.
Yes.
That's where I was going.
Yes.
I think Spider-Man 2 is a better film, but Spider-Man Homecoming is a more enjoyable movie.
it's a lot more lighthearted. The stakes are a lot lower in Spider-Man Homecoming. Like Spider-Man 2 is a lot more mature in a lot of ways. Deals with a lot more
Oh, yeah.
mature themes. Like, and this just isn't like everything. All the conflicts in Spider-Man Homecoming aren't as serious as what happens in Spider-Man
It felt
2.
this Homecoming felt like a really, really great live action episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Extra
Yeah,
long episode.
Yeah, everyone kept saying it was like a TV episode, and I can kind of see what they mean. I'm guessing it's because just the stakes. Like they were able to keep things like relatively like chill for the most part. Like the whole world wasn't at stake. Basically, is what I'm trying to
Right.
say. Like,
Yeah.
like
Which
it
I
wasn't
like.
like it wasn't like oh my god the world's gonna end like it is in every single superhero movie. It was actually just like no, this guy's just selling weapons to criminals. We gotta stop him. Gotta
Yeah.
stop him doing that. Like,
Stop
But the
doing
difference
that.
is that Peter thinks that his world is gonna
yeah,
end.
yeah, exactly.
That was the difference.
Yeah.
And when you're growing up in high school, that's definitely what it feels like.
Yes.
So this is your favorite Spider-Man movie?
Oh, totally. That part in the car.
Yes.
Oh,
That part in the car when Michael Keaton figures it out,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like,
God.
that was tense. I was like,
That
oh,
was really
shit.
intense.
I'm tapping
Yeah.
my
I was like,
foot.
Peter,
Oh.
you got to get better at lying, bro. It's just like you literally gave it away so quickly.
So quickly.
I felt so bad for him. Like he just had no idea. Like it was funny how they had that sort of like that parallel for Peter in this movie and also in the Raimi films, where like because Peter's best friend and James Franco's characters in the other films like was the son of the Green Goblin,
Yeah.
and then in these the girl he's interested in is the daughter of
Yeah.
the Vulture. So it's like he always gets stuck in these shitty
Yeah,
predicaments
dude.
where he's like, damn it, I really like this person, but
Yeah.
their parents suck.
But I loved Vulture because he had a code. He was like, "You saved
Yeah.
my daughter. I'm not going to kill you, but
Yeah.
I will kill you if you fuck with me."
Yeah, he gave him
And
a
if you-
warning.
Yeah, he definitely did. And even in the post-credit scene, he knew who Spider-Man was, but he did not tell this other guy
Yeah.
because he wanted to get him one, but he just he trusted himself to get him. He didn't trust this other guy.
think
He's
he also-
the hero of his story.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he also, at the very end of the film, he realized that Peter's like, I'm trying to save you. And then he actually
He went
Went
in and
and-
saved him.
saved him,
Yep.
pulled him out of the
Yeah.
fire before he got burned alive. And it's just
Yeah.
like, the Vulture's like, all right, well, you got me
Yeah.
fair and square, and you could have let me die, but you didn't.
They
So
were-
I guess I
They
won't
were
say
even.
anything.
Yeah,
They were
we're
even
We're good
because
now.
they're even because he said that he saved his life in the car, and then he saved his life after the
Yeah.
explosion. So
I think
they're
this ties in well to a good film lesson for young filmmakers out there, because when we talk about compelling villains and villains who have a code, basically, like it's more relatable because when you're talking about if the villain feels like he's the hero of his own story, if you see it in his perspective, he has rules that he has to follow or not has to follow that he kind of holds himself accountable for.
Yeah.
And that's what makes a good villain, because if you
Yes.
don't have those boundaries, then like the audience can't connect. I
Exactly.
guess is one
Yeah.
way to say
I
it.
think it was Tom Hiddleston that like said a quote like that once, where he was like, every villain is the hero of their own story. Like they all
It's
see
definitely an
themselves
old
that
saying.
way.
Like
Yeah.
he's quoting from someone
Oh,
else.
there you
but,
go.
like-
I heard it from Tom Hiddleston.
well, there you go. That's how things get passed down.
But yeah, like I really that is a very making of a really good villain. I agree. Like,
Unless you're the Joker, then you just throw Batman
you're
in
just,
there.
You're
and-
literally just insane. Yeah.
But speaking of Joker, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, yeah.
The Joker is the antithesis of Batman. I liked that in this movie, the Vulture was kind of on the same path that Peter was, in the sense that he was trying to prove himself, and he was trying to do something that was bigger than himself, which was obviously they didn't have the exact same goal in mind, but they had very similar paths, and I really dug that, and I think that also made Vulture a more compelling villain, and just not even a more compelling villain, but a compelling character to watch and feel for and root for, because like I wasn't rooting for him, but like he
Yeah.
was a human. He was relatable, and like
Yeah.
I was like, this person
One
is real.
cool thing, he's the head of his own organization, his own business, and he was always looking out for his own people
Yeah,
first.
Yeah.
exactly.
Like, I have people I need to take care of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I thought that was cool.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he pretty much said it right there. Where what was the scene when Peter was like confronting him in that warehouse, and he was like, why are you doing this to Liz? Why are you doing this to Liz? He's like, doing this to Liz. I'm doing this for her. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to build a life for my family. Like you saw the home we live in. Like I'm clearly doing well. Like
Yeah.
this is working.
You have that side, and then you have Tony, like, telling Peter, don't be me. I want you to be better.
Yeah. Yep.
All the heartfelts.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of because even Vulture compared himself to Stark at one point, to Stark Industries. Like we do the same thing. Like
Yep.
I'm just doing it illegally for right now.
For now. Until it's not illegal
Yeah.
to manufacture
I did
weapons.
have one problem with this movie.
What?
And it was a fairly big problem for me. And it was the female characters, and they weren't very meaty at all. All the girl was that he was crushing on was just a character for him to continuously ignore. And then they just made her the daughter of the villain in the third act, which I felt was predictable, only because that's what Marvel does. Like, they'll take a character and they'll try to connect that character to the bad guy. I didn't like that. and Zendaya, all she was doing was just poking jokes at Peter. Like she didn't there weren't much development for female characters. And Aunt May, all she was the hot aunt. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, that was my problem with
That
this
is
movie.
a very solid argument. Yeah, like I think my focuses were I was so tunnel visioned on Peter that like now that you say that, like I absolutely totally agree.
How would you do it differently then? Or how would you change Liz's character?
I wouldn't have had Liz in the movie. I just would have had Michelle. I just would have had one love interest, or I would have. What would I have done differently? I would have just given them more development as characters. That's what I would have done. I wouldn't have changed Michelle or the other girls.
Could you have?
Given them more development?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without making it their story, though?
Yeah.
Could you have done that without taking away from? Because Peter's story is more important because he's our central character. Tony Stark is already established, so he really, if he was just introduced in this film, he would have been two-dimensional as well. So name a character besides Peter and the main villain who weren't two-dimensional.
That weren't two-dimensional?
Yeah.
That word name characters other than Peter and the villain that were developed is what you're asking me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
There were only two. So it's not even that the female characters weren't developed. It was that they only developed two characters, and everyone else was just complimentary. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with your statement. I'm merely just saying my perspective of how it was structured.
What was the last time what was the last movie that you guys saw where it was several characters that were well developed, but it wasn't their story?
Like characters that are introduced for the first time and were well developed?
Yeah.
Rogue One.
But the thing is like
That's
the amount
still
of,
kind of like an ensible film, though. Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about like character or movies where it's just a main character and a main villain.
That's true.
where they only developed those two.
No, where they developed all
lot
the
of
other
people.
supporting
all the
characters,
other characters?
but it's structured
Yeah.
as a hero and a villain.
That's very hard to do. That was actually one of my first concerns when they said they were going to do an Avengers movie. Is that I was like, how are they going to do this? 'Cause this is like obviously like way before we had seen it be done. So I was like, how is this going to happen without it being just some like jumbled mess of character development and like I don't know.
Well, the reason I asked,
X-Men First Class. It's about Xavier and Magneto, but they develop a bunch of other characters as well.
okay,
yeah,
I can kinda
Kingsman?
I haven't seen Kingsman yet.
Kingsman?
Yeah, I can see Kingsman a little bit, but the reason I
Yeah.
brought that up is because isn't Liz's character development her relationship with Peter?
Yeah, but that relationship wasn't even developed. It
Yeah.
felt like all she was there for was for Peter to be in high school.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
True.
and like I don't know. I could be just like reading way too much into this, but and that's my only problem. I didn't think the movie was bad. I thought the acting was great. I thought it was all fun. That was my only problem with the movie. And the only reason why it does upset me is because at this point I've come to expect more from superhero movies, or at least hope for more. Maybe not expect more, but I hope for more.
I hope for more.
And like the fact that like I love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Do not get me wrong. So when I say this, please know that I love Spider-Man. But like I don't know why they released another movie with a white hero and a white villain when they have Black Panther. Like I don't know. I don't know why they push back these other movies that were gonna open them up. Cast of whole.
Well, they needed to get this movie out because they have a plan for
That I know,
everything in the rest
but
of
I'm
the
just
universe.
Like,
Like,
man,
they need certain characters.
I
And
know what
it's
Noel's
tough.
saying. If you look at things, if you put it on paper, if
it's on paper,
if you put it on paper,
It seems a little backwards.
You have 13 movies starring white males
Yeah.
named Chris.
A lot of
And then
Chris's.
you have two films, Black Panther and Captain Marvel, which promise to be something different. Your first female-led Marvel film, and then your first person of color led film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And and then they pushed both of those back. They didn't push back Guardians 2. They didn't push back Doctor Strange. They didn't push back Thor. They didn't push back Infinity War. They didn't push back. What's the other one?
This new Ant-Man movie, I think.
Ant-Man and Wasp. They pushed back Captain Marvel and Black Panther, which I get what you're saying. It's like after DC's third movie or fourth movie in their series, and they have a person of color and a female as a lead in one film. So I mean, like, I totally get what you're saying. I'm gonna try not to worry about it because those movies are at least Black Panther's shot and coming out.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, something's going on with that.
Yeah, we don't know
Right?
much, but
We're gonna see that movie eventually.
Like I said, that's my only problem with the movie, and to me, it doesn't affect the story. It does affect the story, but it doesn't affect how much I enjoyed the movie. That was just my only problem with it.
So, in The Amazing Spider-Man, how was Gwen Stacy developed? Or did you think she was developed at all?
I'd have to watch that movie again, honestly. But
Yes, I think she was developed, but you know who wasn't developed?
Who?
The Lizard.
true.
Okay.
I felt like he had no development. He was so
Where did Gwen Stacy's development come in?
through Peter.
So,
Through Peter and through finding out that her father is Captain Stacy, the guy who's after Peter.
But that relationship felt so much more genuine, and it was about, like, it wasn't about, but their relationship was it was like a point of focus in that story.
yeah.
It didn't feel that way with Homecoming.
I still need to see the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. I haven't seen any of them.
What?
Yeah, that's why I was so
Damn.
silent. I was just like, I haven't seen them.
Well, now you
I
can't
know.
go back and watch it now.
What?
You're
'Cause
going
there's
to
no
lower
point.
your bar.
Yeah, that's
You needed
true.
to watch
I know.
those first to appreciate this one more.
I told you that
True.
yesterday. I literally
Yeah.
told you that yesterday.
Yeah,
Damn.
you did, but I just didn't have
Well,
time. I just didn't get a chance.
You fucked up.
I know. I'll go back and watch them. Just be disappointed. It's okay. No big deal.
My sister wanted me to say that this movie is in her top 5 superhero movies, and it's her favorite Spider-Man movie. Before that, I think the first Spider-Man with Tobey was her favorite.
Okay.
So
Solid
that's not-
choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Sam. Sam Shepard.
Shouts to Sam.
Yeah, I'll always have a special place in my heart for Toby as Peter. He was a good Peter. It's not
Toby?
Yeah, good old Toby.
Dude, Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man.
True.
And Tobey
Spider-Man.
was a great Peter.
True.
Together, they would have made one excellent Spider-Man.
Yeah, dude.
Which
But
is Tom
which
Holland.
was Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
Tom
fixed it
Holland was
all.
Tyler Durden.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe, aka the Ultimates universe.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
basically
much.
the Ultimates comic.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yep, which I'm slowly coming to appreciate. I was a little bit like argumentative about it being Ultimates at first, but it's grown on me.
Yeah.
They're grown. Yeah. Reading them, I wasn't too hyped, but as the movies have come out, I'm like, okay, all right, Marvel, I see what you're doing.
The Ultimates work better in the movie format.
for like a live action thing,
Yeah.
it totally does. I can see that now.
Did you guys ever read the Ultimates?
Can't have Earth 616 all the time.
It was so different from the normal Marvel canon, but yeah, actually, you never read it, but you watch it because in the original comics, Tony Stark was in Vietnam, and like that's how he got effed up and all that stuff happened to him. Basically, his entire origin story is in Vietnam, and in the Ultimates universe, it's in Afghanistan, which is what it is in the films. Also, your boy Nick Fury.
Yeah.
He's-
Hella looks like Samuel L. Jackson in Ultimate.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thor-
Thor looks just like Chris Hemsworth
Yeah.
in the Ultimates.
Thor is also his persona. Like
Yeah.
he is Thor.
Yeah, they even like nodded to it in Thor when what was it, when Jane pulled up like her doctor's apron thing and it said like Dr. Blake
Yeah,
on
yeah,
there. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, Donald Blake. They nodded to that.
Yeah.
That's who Thor was when he was summoned to Earth in the original story.
Yeah,
So,
I had that actually didn't hit me until after we walked out of Spider-Man, and I was just like, oh no, they like it's super ultimate. Like it's literally the Ultimates universe.
The Marvel
I thought it was
Cinematic
just-
Ultimate.
Yeah, I thought it was just taking
Yeah,
like
yeah, pretty
pieces from
much.
it, but it's pretty
it's
close.
a dead ringer for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty close.
dead ringer.
Yeah.
Cool. Any final things to talk about on Spider-Man? I'm sure we can talk about like people always get mad that we don't mention their favorite parts of whatever the movie was. It's like,
I think the
But then, like-
last Yeah, I think the last thing I'd probably throw out there is like I really liked the mechanics of how Vulture's wings worked.
Oh yeah,
That was really
dope.
cool. Like how they had like the actual engines like rotating. Like
Yeah.
that was very creative.
Dude, anytime he
blades.
Liked
lands
it.
was
Yeah.
so cool. Anytime he comes into his facility and lands down, it just
Yeah.
feels heavy.
That was dope.
But it feels responsive, like he's in control.
Yes,
That was so cool.
It was really
also,
cool.
Tom Holland's suit. Holy shit.
Yes,
That suit was dope.
I
So
loved.
sick.
I loved how it was like saggy, and then he's like pushing
Yeah.
it and like vacuum sealed. Like that was so. What
I
an
love
interesting.
that the first time that he was dressing up in the costume. I love that we didn't cut. Like we saw the whole thing and like
Yeah.
how not graceful it was.
yeah, it was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
Dude, Ned was awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ned
Guy in
was
a chair.
Guy in the chair.
So cool.
I'm watching porn.
That's easier to explain.
That was so
I'm just
funny.
watching porn.
I also liked that
awesome.
all the relationships were interracial. I did like that.
Yeah,
Oh, yes, that was dope.
super
I thought
cool,
that was
and,
dope.
and no one made even
one
a
addressed
mention
it.
to it.
Yep.
It was just
It
this
was
is
just the thing.
because that's
you're
how
in
it
New
should
York.
be.
Like that's what New York looks like.
True that.
That's what
Yeah.
America looks like,
Yes,
guys.
this is normal. You shouldn't
Okay.
have to address it. It's great.
Anyway, yeah, movie's dope. Can't wait to
Yes.
see
Movie
more.
Definitely
was
go
dope.
see it. It's
Yeah.
easily the best Spider-Man movie to be made.
Shall we take
I
some
agree.
questions?
Let's take some questions.
Some shitsumon.
Let's see. Let's see. I think Fred said he posted up the thing. So, he did. Yes, good job. All right, so let's scroll through and see what we got
Scroll on
here.
through then.
Break on through.
To the other side.
Ismar Ackles, this is pretty funny, asks, what do you think about that my friends, quote unquote, my friends call me MJ, quote, end quote thing?
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was really dope.
I think it was just a nod to MJ.
Yeah.
Not she's actually Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally think she's the character that Mary Jane is.
Yeah.
They just changed her character from Mary Jane to Michelle just because Mary Jane is a 50s ass name.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That is kind of cool, actually, to think about it that way. But yeah, I was thinking that it could be like a potential hint to her coming into the story later on.
Totally. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
because
But
like,
if-
she was so into him throughout the whole movie.
Oh, yeah,
like
dude.
she was flirting with him like crazy.
Right?
So I was like,
I'm not
figures.
obsessed with them or anything.
Yeah, I'm just observant.
So if her name is different and she acts different, then isn't she just a different character? And it's like John Blake mentioning
Robin.
Robin at the end.
I guess they're like just giving her like her own rebirth in a way.
Here's the
I
thing.
guess. I don't know.
We don't know if Michelle is her real birth name. That could be her middle name. Her real name could be Mary Jane Michelle Watson. We don't know anything about this character aside from she's real salty and awesome, has a crush on Peter.
And has great hair.
Yeah.
Yes. She does look nice.
And is just a sarcastic Susan.
Yeah, she was so
Sarcastic
great.
Susan.
I love the part where she just like flips him off.
Sassy.
She just flips him off. I was like, yes.
Fire.
yes.
I like it.
Do that.
That was so cute.
We also knew that she was MJ.
Oh yeah.
We knew
Yeah.
prior.
Yeah,
so,
but it was spoiled for us by an inside source.
which
Bruh.
which when everybody in the comments said we're stupid,
Bruh.
What
there you
now?
go.
Wait.
What?
3, 2, 1.
Oh wait, what? I don't have glasses, but
We told you so.
I'm just saying, sometimes we know what we're talking about. Not all the time, but sometimes.
Hey, One-
Sometimes, like
1 out of 10 times.
like a good 1 out of 10, which is like what 30%.
like 60% of the time we're right every time. You know.
Yes.
Let's take a silly question.
All right.
Smells like gasoline.
Molly Bosian. Molly, I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. Who of you would get the farthest on American Ninja Warrior? Or which of the obstacles do you think you could complete?
I think we all know the answer to that one.
I think that Tony could do
Yeah.
pretty well too.
Agreed. Tony, hands down, is
Tony could do well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Tony
dude
is,
is
yeah.
an
Hey,
athlete.
you guys might
True.
find out on an episode of the vlogs.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to ask this question. No, no, Patrick. I'm not answering that. We're not doing it.
Lol.
Oh.
Let's
Boom,
see.
boom, 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 boom.
Superhero, would you want to play in a movie, DC or There's a lot of questions that we've already kind of covered in this topic already. Ugh. A lot of these are talking about stuff that we've touched on already in this episode, so I don't want to go over it twice.
Shoot.
Can't you guys read our minds?
I mean, what the heck? Gosh.
Who do you guys think, or
Yeah.
there's a lot of good stuff here. Sorry, but I'm just like, some of them are a little bit bigger than what we have time for. Alario Flores, if you could go back in time to see any movie for the first time on opening night, what would that be?
Star Wars.
Besides the original Star Wars.
Fuck.
It literally says it. It literally
They
says
knew.
it right there.
Yeah, they
Besides
knew.
the original
They
Star
knew.
Wars.
You know us so
Yeah,
well.
yep. It's good. I read the question, which is why I was like, man.
Caught it right away.
You know what? That's good though, because now we'll have more interesting answers,
Yeah.
probably, other than just what you totally would have expected.
I
so.
was thinking Star Wars too.
Yeah. Oh, man, to
that's a
see
good
A New
question.
Hope, like just really quick, my dad's
On
like
opening day.
story about when he saw A New Hope. Like when he saw A New Hope, he was so scared of Darth Vader, and like no one knew who he was at that
That's
time.
cool as
Yeah,
fuck.
like he was just scary, ominous, and
Yeah.
no one knew anything about Darth Vader, and you weren't gonna find out until
Yeah.
however many years later when freaking oh god, like
I
That's so
only
sick.
want to
Oh.
see, because I have never once in my life seen the scene with the binary sunset on a big screen
Oh,
in a
man.
theater with that
Oh,
sound.
that'd be so
I've never
pretty.
seen.
It's beautiful.
We live in a time where we can't experience that.
That's true. The only time that you saw that was at Disneyland during that Star Wars thing. And I
Yes.
remember you were like, dude, that's the first time I saw the binary sunset on a
Yes,
big
that's
screen.
right. 'Cause- but it
Dude,
was-
I was tearing up.
Yeah,
Same
but it
here,
was
bro.
still
That.
just part of a montage.
Yeah.
I want to see the
In the
scene
film.
play out in the film on a big screen. But at Disneyland, in Tomorrowland, there's that theater where Captain EO used to play, and they now have a Star Wars kind of montage, kind of recapping the entire.
And it's
all the current
beautiful.
movies. Yes.
It is so good.
Yes, it
that,
is so
that
good.
like 15 minutes is better than the entire prequel trilogy.
The prequel
damn.
trilogy is dope when you watch it in that 15
Exactly.
minute
yeah.
recap.
Dude, the prequel
True.
trilogy in that recap is so cool. If
So
it was only done that way.
It makes me feel better about the prequel trilogy because I'm like, now that I don't have to watch these anymore,
They
I
do
can
contribute.
yeah, I can appreciate what they brought to the table.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to derail it. We should probably answer the question now.
Back to the
sorry,
future.
sorry, guys.
Back to the Future?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
nice.
nice.
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh,
What, we're
Nice.
talking any movie at any time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
oh, geez.
Oh, crap.
If I had to see, and if I could go back and see any movie released in theaters that I wasn't able to see in theaters when it was released in theaters, it
Yeah?
would be Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh.
Yeah, solid. Solid
That's a
choice.
Solid choice.
Yeah, dude.
Solid. Very solid.
Solid. Solid.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
Solid, dude.
What would you? What about you?
I feel like for me, it would probably be. So I have two. I was gonna say Jurassic Park, but technically I saw Jurassic Park at a theater a few years ago because they had like a re-release
okay.
thing of it. So I technically got to see that in a theatrical format, but it would be cool to be able to go back in time and actually see it in the initial
Opening
release.
day.
Yeah, opening day. So
Like as a first experience.
exactly. So I'd have to say Jurassic Park, but if I can't say that because I've technically seen it in a theater, then probably Terminator 2.
Oh,
That'd be
Okay.
dope to
Oh,
see
that
in
would be cool.
theaters. I never got to see that in theaters.
Oh, I changed my answer. Interstellar and IMAX.
Oh yeah.
That you know what? Now that I would, yes, I wish I could go back and see that too.
I wish I saw Hugo in 3D opening day. I completely missed Hugo, its entire theatrical run, and everyone who has seen Hugo in 3D in theaters at the time it came out said it's the best 3D they've ever seen, including James Cameron. James
Wow.
Cameron
wow,
said that.
the king
Holy
of
crap.
3D, king of innovation.
Jimmy Cam.
What?
I don't know, man.
Jimmy Cam. They call him Cam
Jimmy-
for
Jimmy
short. Hey
Cam
Cam, what
girl.
up, Cam?
No, dog. They don't call him that.
Okay.
Okay.
Ryan Myers asks, if Marvel/Sony decided to go in this direction, who do you think should be in the Sinister Six?
I think Venom, Carnage, Vulture, Scorpion. I guess Shocker could be in it, but I don't want to put Shocker in there. Doc Ock
Doc
yeah, I was
Ock,
about to
yes.
say, yeah, please throw Doc Ock in there.
and
Anti-Venom, maybe?
No, that'd be a little too much.
Craziness. Yeah,
I don't feel like Venom or Carnage are going to be in it. The Sinister Six. I feel like
I want that.
I do.
so bad.
Mysterio,
What about Craven?
maybe Craven. Yeah.
Why don't you think Venom and Carnage are going to be in it?
Well, first of all, Carnage is no one likes Carnage. Nobody wants to work with Carnage. He's an asshole.
Yeah, well, he's
like
he's
a crazy
rogue.
psychopathic. Like he would kill everyone in the Sinister Six for fun. He's a crazy man.
True.
So what if the
Cletus
what if the
Cassidy. I
love
Sinister
him,
Six
though.
is going against Carnage?
Now that could be interesting. Now,
Oh my
if
God.
the Venom suit was on Scorpion, because that's happened as
it
well.
has. Yes, it has. Holy crap!
So, Scorpion at one point has had the Venom, the symbiote, but I don't know. I feel like Venom is a bad guy when he's fighting against Spider-Man, but they usually make him an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
So I feel like he wouldn't be a part of the Sinister Six because
I absolutely think he would be part of the Sinister
Yeah?
Six because in a movie format, thinking the studio way, you need someone to lead the team, and he's the most
Yeah.
popular. Everyone's talking about him.
True.
So of course he's going to be in the Sinister Six because he's going to be leading
Yeah.
the team.
That's
He's
a
like
good point.
he's like the stereotypical Spider-Man villain. When
Yeah.
you think of the Spidey universe, you think of Venom,
And
as
then
a
everyone
villain.
else plays second fiddle.
unless
Yeah.
you're
So-
Sam Raimi because he hates Venom.
Yeah, and he also can't decide which villain he wants to put in a movie with him.
Oh no, he decided.
Two men. Well, no, but
He decided the studio was like, "You're gonna put Venom in this movie," and he was like,
and then
"Fine, I'm
put
gonna make
all
it
of this
suck."
shit on top of him.
Yep.
It's
That
gonna
was,
suck.
that was Sam Raimi giving a big middle finger to
God,
Sony.
that made me so mad. I was like, "Why? You had Venom and you just wasted him. Why?"
That was a crazy thing that happened in
God.
the history of film.
I didn't
That
even-
whole situation.
Like,
Yeah,
God. Like, what was Spider-Man 3 supposed to be? To this day, I still don't know what it was even supposed to. What
Dude,
kind of
I
movie it
remember seeing the
was.
trailers for that movie and getting so excited. I
Me
remember
too.
seeing
Yeah, it
Venom
looked
for the
dope.
first time. I was like, "Holy shit, this
dude,
is so cool!"
I will say, I'll give it to them. They made the symbiote really cool. Like the way it
Right.
infected
Yes, I do
everybody. Like
agree.
that was
Because
awesome.
the way that it kind of came out in a web
Yeah.
kind of slime thing,
That was
that looked cool.
that was great.
Venom's mouth opening, that shot looked super dope. Those
Yep.
visual effects were like kind of ahead of its time
Yeah.
at the time of release.
But then they had Topher Grace's the
I
the
didn't-
symbiote kept peeling back.
yeah,
and
was
you kept
sad.
seeing Topher Grace's face, and you're like,
Why him?
"This
Why him?
is
why him?
this
do I
is
have the guy
passive
from-
aggressive right here.
Why-
this
why
is a
is-
passive aggressive.
Why is
move.
the guy from that 70s show Venom?
Yeah,
I
bro.
don't. What?
What?
Strange
I didn't
casting.
Get it. Didn't get it.
I don't know.
But
I don't know. I wish I could have just been a fly on the wall to see that entire thing unfold.
I bet.
Just sit in the room. With
Yeah,
them.
just kind of watch and see what happened. Just like,
okay, cool. You went with that.
huh. That's a lot of
Alrighty.
interesting choices. All right. Well, let me see if there's one last one we could probably take. Doodly doo. Doodle doodle doo. A doodly doo. A doodly doo. So, oh man.
I feel like a lot of people get mixed up when they talk about theories, like what they don't know how to separate what they want to see and what you
They
think
probably
they probably will see based on what studios think like.
Yeah.
True. I know I'm definitely like way off whenever I try to think of. That's why I don't even offer up theories
Yeah,
anymore
like,
because I'm like, no one thinks the
You
way I
can't-
do.
Yeah, you
so-
can't really think of how a studio works unless you've worked in that kind of system. So, or worked in that business or line of work.
Yeah.
I guess.
True.
Yeah. That's fair. Actually, we could probably close out.
All right.
Hey guys,
Alrighty.
thanks for watching the show. What'd you guys think of Spider-Man? Did you like the Spider-Man? What'd you think of Spider-Man? Spider-Man does whatever a spider can?
Oh,
Spins
I
the
did
web?
like at the very beginning the Spider-Man
Oh,
score.
the theme.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
dude,
was cool.
I like got
Da-na-na.
chills. I was like,
Da-na-na.
I was like, ah!
Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
it was so cute. I love how they kept it cheesy but classy. It was it was good.
I don't think it was cheesy. I thought it was awesome.
No, it was in the best way possible. Like, it was
Yeah.
just-
As I was listening to it, because I remember I think the composer posted it on Instagram.
Giacchino?
Yeah, Michael Giacchino posted it on Instagram. And I was like, wait, is this it? Because if this is the score they went with, Yes.
Yeah, like fuck yes.
On a different note, I really like how we, in our lifetime, got to see Michael Giacchino grow up in his career
Totally.
from the bottom. Because
True.
if you didn't know, he did the Jurassic Park 2 video game for the original PlayStation.
Really?
Did
Oh,
the score for
wow.
that. And now he did the Jurassic World.
Yeah, he did Star Trek too, didn't
Yes,
he? Yeah,
Star
the first
Trek.
Star Trek.
He did
Yeah,
Up. He did.
Flex him,
Yeah,
Giacchino.
He's
he
good.
does. He does a lot of stuff.
he good.
Yeah, we've seen 6 Spider-Man movies in our time as well. 6 Spider-Man movies starring 3 different Spider-Man.
3 different
Yeah.
timelines.
Oh, wow.
I've seen 4, but I will see the other 2.
In the span of what? Not even 10 years? No, not even 20 years, right? Not even
Man.
15 years.
you know, one
Oh
thing
my
no one-
gosh.
Oh my god.
In 17 years. No.
Let me
Because the
look
first
up
Spider-Man
when-
came out in 2002,
yeah,
right?
no, that seems crazy.
That sounds right.
So, 15 years.
Oh my god, I'm old. Jesus Christ, I remember seeing those in theaters. Like what?
Hey, there are people who saw Star Wars in theaters.
God.
Hold on. So, none of us were old enough for 1999 Batman. We all missed it, right?
Yeah.
So, we saw...
1989 Batman?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But in our lifetime, we saw Batman Returns, Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, in no order. Begins, Dark Knight Rises, Batman v Superman, and now Justice League and a standalone Batman film. So
Yeah.
take away those last 2 and 7 Batman movies.
And that's not even including the DC animated movies.
Yeah,
Dude,
or
yeah.
Mask of the Phantasm, which was a theatrical release.
Yep.
Wow.
That
Crazy.
is true.
Or the movie that allegedly took place between The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, I think, which was an animated movie.
Oh, I was about to say the Animatrix. No, it was Gotham Knight.
yes.
Yes. Damn.
Yeah.
That is
Anyway.
a lot.
So
Damn.
I figured Batman's
And how
probably
many
the character.
X-Men movies?
Oh god. Yeah.
Jeez.
I haven't even seen all of
But
those.
we've only
I
had
gave up.
one Wolverine for 17 years.
Yes.
And how many Spider-Man have we had? How many Batman have we had?
True.
That is incredible.
True. This is not including
Keaton,
anything
Kilmer,
animated.
Clooney, Bale, Affleck. We've had 5 Batman in our lifetime. We've had 3 Spider-Man and 1 Wolverine.
One Wolverine.
He's
Thank
immortal.
you, Hugh Jackman. You're the
Damn.
hero we
Yeah.
deserve.
Thanks for being awesome.
What a send-off.
And thanks to all of you for literally hanging out with us as we just kind of talk about stuff we think is cool, come to realizations that we realize, oh, hey, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Dude, on a final note, since we're bringing that up, just want to say how cool would it be to see Tom Holland's Spider-Man with Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool?
That would be pretty
Don't
cool.
play with my heart.
Just
We're never
I
going to
just-
see it.
Come on, like,
Fox is just not going to, they're just not going to do
Oh, yeah.
it.
Didn't you want to mention something? The realization last night, Jon Favreau.
Oh my God. Yeah,
oh,
this is a big deal.
Yes. Oh my God.
Did I
this
tell
was
you about this?
crazy.
Were you here?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
This
So-
was
Oh, yeah. I forgot to
wild.
mention it to you.
Oh God.
We came to the realization last night that Jon Favreau, aka the actor
Happy.
who played Happy
Happy.
Hogan, he's also the director of the first Iron Man movie.
Yes.
Has literally shaped the world that we live in now.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And it's because of him that our lives are the way that they are and that your lives are the way that they are.
Yeah.
Because imagine, okay? Imagine if Iron Man 1 sucked. Where would the Marvel Cinematic Universe be? Would there be all these movie universes coming out of the
Kevin
woodwork?
Feige has said that if Iron Man didn't work, he wouldn't know what to do because he was banking on it working. And the reason and its success allowed him to make the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
God.
without the Marvel Cinematic Universe as it is and the popularity of superheroes now because of Iron Man,
Yep.
the
Changed media.
geek and nerd world wouldn't be the same. We
Nope.
wouldn't be doing this right now.
wouldn't be sitting
Cosplay
here.
probably wouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have as much to talk about on this show.
Nope.
If we
If
even
we even
had a
had, yeah,
show.
if this was even happening right
Yeah,
now.
If we even
probably
had a
wouldn't
YouTube
have done
channel.
Nightwing. Yeah,
yeah,
we
that's what I
didn't-
was saying. I was like, how would you guys have ever even thought about doing Nightwing?
Yeah, the
like, where would that have
landscape
come
of
from?
Culture, American culture, and our world would be
Not
different.
even American
Yeah.
culture, world culture. Like, look
Yeah.
at China and all these other countries that are
China.
China.
that are watching these films, that these characters are now, kids are going to grow up now saying they want to be like Iron Man.
Yeah.
And you know who knew who Iron Man was back when they announced that movie? I did. Did you?
Yep. My dad told
Because
me.
a lot of people didn't know who Iron Man was. And I remember having that conversation. Dude, they're making an Iron Man movie. Yes.
Dude, I got to give shout out to my dad because every movie we'd see every Marvel movie together at the premiere, and every movie after he would explain to me what all the characters were, so that way I was prepared for the next one.
That's adorable.
He'd like give me the comics to read. Be like, Angie, you got to read about this one next.
Aw.
So like, thanks, Dad.
Your dad's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that
love
is
my
super
dad.
cool.
Love you, Papa.
But yeah, so shout out to Jon Favreau.
Shouts to Jon Favreau.
Yes.
Yes,
Because of
changing
it-
lives.
Yeah, I mean, he directed
Also,
the
thank you,
film.
Jon Favreau, for Elf, because I watch it every Christmas.
Oh yes, Elf is probably my favorite Christmas movie.
Jon Favreau's awesome. Everybody tweet at Jon Favreau and tell him thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank
Not
you
from
for-
us, just from yourself. Because we would not have all these great superhero movies if he made a movie that
Disneyland
wasn't
would
good.
look entirely different.
Yes.
Disney, where would Disney be right now? I'm not
Dude,
sure.
what-
Well, it would still be fine, but I mean,
Like, would Wonder Woman have even like gotten the resurgence that she did?
yeah,
Like,
because
with
the
that
popularity.
whole
So just piggybacking off of the popularity of superheroes, the entire superhero culture right now
Yeah.
probably wouldn't exist the same way,
nope, still be
including
unknown.
DC.
I mean, is that a bit of an exaggeration saying this one guy has affected the entire culture of our world?
No.
Maybe.
I mean,
But here's the
that's
thing.
that the media influences culture
Yeah.
so heavily.
Because if you think about it, the way that superheroes are viewed and the way the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe was based off of the tone and the style of the first Iron Man movie.
yeah,
If that movie sucked, what would the world be like now? If there was
Yeah.
no Marvel Cinematic Universe, would Disney have bought Marvel?
Would
Yeah.
Disney have bought Lucasfilm?
Would Star
Yeah.
Wars even be a universe now?
yeah.
Would
we're-
the
all
DC
the
have a
cinematic
universe?
universes? There would be because they pretty much invented the idea of the cinematic universe. Like before, back in the day, like you didn't know if you got a sequel to a movie. You just hoped and prayed that they would make a
Yeah.
sequel. Now we know all the movies out
And
5
if
years
it
in
was
advance.
a sequel, it's usually a sequel directly related to whatever the
Yeah,
previous movie was.
Exactly.
The only
Yep.
thing that's for sure is Michael Bay would still make Transformers movies.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, yes,
Thank
he would.
you.
Yeah, good job, Michael Bay.
You
Doing
do you, boo.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you think about it, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is probably one of the greatest, series of films of all time.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it
It is.
changed the film world forever.
One
Like,
of the most valuable properties of all time.
yeah.
I think what is it?
everyone's trying to be the next Marvel now.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's building these universes.
8 more movies and they beat Bond, right? They have
That's-
more films than Bond.
Crazy. And James Bond has what? 24
25.
movies.
Oh, yeah,
24.
24.
24.
They're
They're
making
making 25.
They're making 25. We're on what, the 15th Marvel film? So,
Oh,
and then
boy.
we have
Wow.
Infinity War, Thor, Ant-Man, Captain Marvel. What am I missing?
Black Panther.
Black Panther coming out. Like, it's really close to having more in the Marvel Cinematic Universe than there are in the. That's not including Netflix shows. That's not including normal basic cable shows, CBS shows.
Yep. Wow.
So-
Damn.
It's taking over everything.
Multi-billion-dollar media conglomerate.
Oh man.
Yeah. Wow.
I will
How amazing.
It's dope though now because now it's like way easier to find Spider-Man T-shirts now than it was when I was a little kid.
That is true.
You can walk into any store now and just buy a T-shirt, whereas before I had to beg my parents to somehow magically find one.
Dude,
When I was little.
I want that Tom Holland Spider-Man suit so badly. I want to wear. I want to.
Don't we
I want
all?
to. I want it. I want
want
to
it.
wear it around the house, and I just want to hang out. Just be like, "Hey
Okay.
guys, I'm Spider-Man. Hey,
I'm a Spider-Man.
I was talking about I want
Spider-Man.
the actual suit, like
You
with
guys
all
just-
the tech.
Yeah.
oh yeah, I want that
hell
too,
yeah,
but that's not
yes.
feasible."
Hey, you never know. I still have that bet with my brother to build an Iron Man suit, so why not make a Spider-Man suit too?
Hey, we can get that one Iron Man suit, and then you could just build the tech inside of it.
True. I
Do
need to
it.
figure out the tech first.
Yeah, yeah.
Do it.
Keep working on that.
You can't
All
leave
right,
this
guys.
garage. Do it.
Thanks for watching the show. Again, thanks for coming and hanging out with us. If you guys want to support us and help us make more awesome content for you guys, support the vlogs, which is coming out on Thursday, and all the short films and stuff that we have in the works. Support us over on Patreon. We're giving you guys a bunch of updates and stuff on there. And that's only if you guys have a little extra. If you don't, totally understand, guys. Supporting us in any way that you know how really means the world to us. Sharing our content, telling people about our stuff, that really does help. So thank you guys, everyone, for helping support our dream. And thanks for hanging out with us every week, man. This is one of our favorite things to do, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So follow us on Twitter. I'm at Danny Lechef. Noel's at Noel Chef. Jeremy's at Jeremy Lee with 3 Ys, and Angie is at Lady Doombots. And yeah, call your mom. She misses you.
Stay young.
Bye.
Oh, and so you're not gonna say what sign of kind of Dodie Chody means this time, or are you just gonna? Are we gonna do it, or are you not gonna do it?
Well, yeah, it's actually.
All right, and can you scoot a little this way? Yep, and no, just get out.
You got it.
Yeah. All right, see ya, man.
See you, dude.
Later, Noel.